Trying to set you up in a good spot here. Semi-close quarters, so let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's a pretty good spot. Let's see if I can get it to not fall off. There we go. Oh, never mind. How about that? A little to the right. There we go. So I have no idea which microphone it's going to be using. It's going to be using this one or my headset, but this is insanely loud, so I need these on. What we're doing, you can already see that I've cut out the side of this one. Now, we need to cut out the inside of the other one. And the way you do this is quite fun. Where's my goggles? Where are my goggles? Am I going to have to hold the mask up to my head? Put them out here? No. I might just have to hold the mask up. The straps kind of broke. So, guess I get to hold the mask up. But what you have to do, so the plasma cutter would be awesome if it worked for the whole thing, but it doesn't really. Part of that is because the torch here is all melted, and so it doesn't, when I put the guide on, it arcs from the guide and not from the tip, which is not where you want it to arc. So I have to do it differently. But the way that I like to do these is I'll cut little holes so that I can get the Sawzall into it, and then just use the Sawzall to chop it out. Since the Sawzall is a better Sawzall, it actually works. Okay, I cut one there, and I'm going to cut one over here too. Looks good. I hope that this one over here is, maybe make it bigger. Okay, that should be good enough. Now I need to do the same thing over here. And so I always cut out the ceiling last because that's what holds it up, so that while I'm cutting, it's not falling down on the stuff I'm cutting on. It's not making a very good connection. It's a little bit better. They do hurt a little bit. Okay, and then I do one. go. It's cool that there's a puddle of water down there. So then that part is done for now. Thank goodness. See if anybody said that they can't hear me. No, well, hopefully you guys can hear me. No idea, again, if it's going through this one or not. I just sawed this wall in half. This one's actually already cut. Not all the way, but far enough. Sometimes that means that, yeah, it seems like it's fallen down, so it kicked me out. I'm gonna have to Sawzall or those teeth don't look good. Oh. So I'm gonna have to plasma cut the rest of that side out, which is expected. Let's go the other way now. It made it. Holy crap, that's loud. Yeah, I'm like yelling at the top of my lungs while I'm doing this, and I can't hear myself. That's cool. All right, so this is how much is left of this blade after doing just that much. There's one tooth, two, half. Yeah, this blade's done. Good thing these are only like $5 a pop. Okay. It's gonna be hot, so let's not touch it. Just dropped the other blades. Of course I did. So why wouldn't I? So it's pretty hard to change these blades out, like I've gone over previously. So I'll do it with you guys on the phone. That was rough. But I think that we're good to go. So now it's cut down from this side, and then I'm going to have to move the ladder to get the rest of it. Hey, this one's blades look a lot better. There we go. Oh, my arms do not like that. And I am. So the reason that I bought a plasma cutter was so that I didn't have to do this. Because I get physically ill with things that vibrate. And let me tell you, like my arms feel like they are, oh, not happy. Not happy at all. See if anybody said they can't hear me yet. Nope. Nobody said they can't hear me, so apparently you can hear me. Oh, shoot, dude. I think that what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to plasma cut in the top corners too, just so that it's easier for me to... Pushing this thing up while cutting sounds like a nightmare. I don't want to do that. So we're going to get up into the corners really quick and do those. Give myself a break on my stomach too. That's not good. Very few things that actually make me sick, and that is the spider. Hi, guy. Sorry, but I'm going to be climbing on that. I don't really want a spider climbing on me while I'm doing some plasma cutting. So, sorry, but you're dead. Okay, that's on the cables. Okay, let's grab plasma. Get up the ladder with my busted knee. You know, it does pretty good though. And let's have this hold up the cable for me. Okay, it does reach. Perfect. So, let's go. I see it's cutting hard in the wrong spot. And that's postage takes a while. So, all right, now let's cut into this one. Freehanding it kind of sucks. It stops arcing properly. Look at that, that container's on fire. Stops arcing properly and then it burns up your cut, like what I've got happening right now. Okay. A little bit wider. Okay. Now I want to do one semi in this direction. Wow, that's a weird angle for my knee, I tell you what. So this needs to be come on. Blowing it away because it's already a whole cut. And so it's losing its own connection. It's just blowing it away. Okay, that should be all of the plasmas that we need to do to cut out the rest of this. See, and that's the spot that my knee struggles. Going down. But it's working. And so am I. And that's what I should be thankful for. I tell you, not being able to do stuff kind of sucks. Make sure I've got enough of this extension cable in here. Should be good. Hey, there's another spider. My guy. Just fall down. Just fall all the way down. Just fall all the way down. Come on. There we go. Bye. I don't really care that there's spiders. I just don't want them crawling on me and freaking me out while I'm up there doing stuff. Okay. Let's go from this side. First. See how that happened right there? That was the blade getting stuck. Because as I cut this out, the whole thing is able to shift and it sticks the blade. I think this blade's got some life left. Let's go over the other side. I'm gonna hop. I'm gonna climb over the ladder because I need the steps. Get it? I'm funny. You know, I might need to lift the ladder and move it over. We'll see. I'll know pretty quick. I hit that sticking spot. Let's get back in our groove. You know, I'm actually pretty good at predicting where those sticking spots will be, except I did not plasma cut that hole big enough. Can this slip inside of there? I mean, it can. It makes me so itchy. I do not like it. Oh, did I cut out the bottom middle? No, I did not yet, which might kind of suck. So I got a little bit off right there because when I recorrected, it didn't correct back very good. But this has to be framed out 6 inches anyway, so that shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't being the operative word. Ba, 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 ba. Dugga, dugga, dugga. See if anybody said they can't hear me yet. Nope, nobody has said anything. Okay. So now I need to cut out the bottom middle because then it's the ceiling. And as soon as the ceiling comes out, whole thing comes down. And even now, I'm probably going to get the blade stuck. I don't think I need to move that, but I do want a new blade, which went to, fell out. But of course they did. So, at first we were spinning our wheels with cutting these because it would go through the blade so fast that we're like, well, we don't want to do that. So the plasma cutter, and the plasma cutter works, but then we were like, it's slow because blah, 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 blah. So we used the other saws. That's hot as stikers. So we're going to turn that. Ouch. Yeah, see how hard they are to move? I should probably let this cool down for a while. Super hard to change. Doesn't feel super hot right there. I like how I measure that with my face. Okay. there we go. We got it stuck right in the middle. And man, it ripped off some of those blades. That sucks. Some of those teeth. Okay. Now I need to plasma cut that to bridge that cap. And I'll plasma cut that side too so that it's bridged as well. And I'm not sure I needed to plasma cut anything over there, but we'll take a look. Getting there. It falls down. It's already tilted sideways, so it's holding itself in place. What about over here? If we needed to bridge right there. Yeah. Not like that. So the plan, when these fall off, is that it will fall into the slot between the containers, and then I can actually physically lift it through and just push it out the side. And that's just to avoid having to drag it through either of the containers. It wouldn't fit through this door. This is way taller than a doorway. So let's get the Sawzall. I think that there's more left in this blade. Yeah, except right in the middle. Look at that. The blade is Dunzo in the middle there. So when it grabs onto it and shakes it around like that, it rips off the teeth like crazy. Yeah, that ripped off a couple more. I'm gonna have to really bridge that entire. It kind of looks like I'm going to, which, I mean, is doable. This is pretty bad. Why's my music shut off? I don't know. It started playing on. Did my headset die? No, it just decided it wanted to switch. There we go. Is it? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Yikes, that's hot. I'm not ready for laughing. So while going through these blades is not terribly fun because this is $20 just to cut this out, the alternative is, I mean, it took me an hour and almost a half to cut that out, and I'm just a few cuts away from having the next piece cut out, and it's been half an hour. And that's even with me doing the stream stuff too. So it just takes a lot longer to do it the alternative ways. So it's really, really difficult to change these blades out. So the only kind of sketchy part about all of this is if this falls down and comes in at me, then I've got a problem because I'm on top of the ladder when it comes down. But that didn't happen with the other one. It actually got itself stuck, and I had to shift it around a bunch to get it out. So I'm not terribly worried about that. But nevertheless, I'm going to be really careful when I do actually get it cut out. Because of So there are little lips, tongue things on the inside of the container that you can like fasten stuff to. Pretty sure I just hit one. In fact, I'm nearly positive that I'm hitting one right there. This blade did pretty good. So that being said, I'm actually going to try and cut further over here. It's such an awkward angle. Unless I can't get the blade in, which honestly it looks like the gapping is pushing it this way. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the blade in over there, so I'm just going to plasma cut it. What you all are here for anyway, right? To see sparks flying. Okay. Sure, there's more. Yeah, I'm glad I checked because I need to cut down there too. Otherwise, this thing's going to fall and bend like crazy, and we don't want that. This actually might be why it's pushing it this direction too. full of the pinching. Fall out. I'm gonna bridge the gap over there first. No, I think I'm gonna do this side first actually. Which I am pulling the ladder further over here for that. That is a big gap. Very good. The only thing holding it on is the tiny piece right there on this entire side. I'll bet you that when I cut this side over here out, the whole thing's just going to fall. It's just going to break this little tiny metal piece, and it's just going to fall. Which is, I hope that when it falls, it doesn't break the connection that I've got, the connector, but if it does, I'll just have to make a new one. I don't know why I just turned it around to do this, because I'm climbing over. I need to move the ladder. I could do it, but no sense in taking the risk. So if it's going to fall, my landing zone is over there somewhere. We'll figure it out. It looks like it's set to fall right down into that crack, though, which is good. And there it is. That's so weird to see. That is so weird. And yeah, it fell right down on my connector. But there it is, guys. That's gonna be so cool. That is going to be awesome. So we're done with the plasma cutter. I told you it was just gonna rip that piece out. Yeah, it was like this big. Trying to hold up the weight of the world. Don't we all know how that goes? Oh, sorry, plasma. Didn't mean to drop you. But now what I need to do is move the container out and then slide this whole thing that direction. So I'm going to move where you guys are so that you can watch me do that too. Why did it decide to change my audio again? It's liking doing that. Ba, 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 ba. I'm pretty sure it's using my headphone microphone, by the way, because my audio quality is absolute trash now. So, how about we just set you guys right here? Should be a pretty decent viewing spot. Let's see. Right. No longer connected to Wi-Fi, so sorry if the signal is trash. It's interesting I'm not connected though, because I should be closer right here. Ba, 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 ba. Let's move back and see if it'll connect to Wi-Fi. No Wi-Fi, sorry. Quality might be not very good. But I need to get to work. So sorry. But what we do is we take this chain over here. Run it through down here. We hook it up in there. Like so. And that's fine if that just dangles. Excavator on. And I just do a little pull scoop. Comes right out. Just like that. Okay. Now this will be interesting because the side that I wanted over here, it's not over here. So it'll be interesting. I should probably, this was the other piece that I cut out. I should probably move it a little bit while I'm, oh, you know what? That might not be too bad because it fell onto the concrete. It actually chipped the concrete. Dang. Yeah, it fell onto the concrete, so I might be able to just pull it or push it. I'm going to try and give it a good old push from the other side. Because I've got a block of wood that I can push up against it. So let's give that a shot. Okay, now it's to the point where it's trying to fall into the container. Let's move the ladder. Get over here. And we want this not to be going inside. We want it to be going outside, please. Which it would be really nice to have a helping hand here. That might work. Let's try and give it another push. Maybe I can pull from in here. Let's give it a lift. All right, let's not get stuck on ourselves, you piece of steeple. And out you go. Don't fall. It fell. Before I take an actual look at it, I want to get that thing. Because now it's out of the way, I can actually see what it's. I don't want to look at it yet. Because I'm not done. I need to get these moved. Moved out the way. Not like out the way, but at least tilted up properly. These things are not light, by the way. In case you folks at home were wondering, they are not light. Okay! Now I need to push them back together. It's going to look so cool. I'm really excited to show you. So then to get them back together, I just put my bucket on the edge here and push. Let's get the chain off. There we go. Now I need to push the other side too. Get it closer up to that wall. Oh, no, don't fall over. Metal posts. Now it's going nice and slow. Okay, those edges look basically together. I'll put down on this in case I need it. All right, guys, you ready for the big reveal? I am. So, I love this excavator. It's really cool. So here we go. Big reveal time. I'm kind of hoping it'll connect to Wi-Fi. Yeah, oh, hold on. I'm going to move the ladder out the way. Hold on. I need to move the ladder so that I'm not going to look either. I'm going to have my hat down so that I can't see inside. I want the ladder closed. So that I can get it out the door. It's not taking up more space. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Get in the ladder. Moved. Don't worry. Hey. Chill. Okay. We're ready. I didn't see anything. So we're going into this together. All right. F's in chat, guys. F's in chat. Here we go. So this is what, holy crap, that looks so cool. Oh, that's what it'll look like. Amazing. Sorry, I'm super fidgety. Oh, dude. Yeah, that's going to be really cool, guys. That's going to be really, really cool. Yeah, part of the reason I didn't want it to fall in is because there's windows there. So the step that you see right here, that looks so awesome. Oh, that's the bottom of a container right there. That whole floorboard part is the bottom of a container. It's so cool. But the step right here will be filled in because we need to do all of the in-floor heating stuff and insulation. So that'll be filled in. Let me give you a look from further back. I want to see a look from further back too. That's so awesome. That is so awesome. I can't wait to get more windows cut out in here too. So cool. Amazing. So obviously we need to get this gapping right, which when my brother is here, we can push these containers closer together and get this lifted up a little bit better. Holy crap, guys. Look at, there's that friggin' hole in the wall. So awesome. It actually looks like all of the water that might be dripping into is actually dripping down into the crack, which is good. Very good. That is so awesome. Look at that. So with all of the other windows in this place is going to be very open and bright, I think. So cool. That is 56 minutes worth of work right there. Took me hour and a half last time I did this, and I wasn't messing with the audience either. So not that you guys are like a bad thing to have. I love having you guys around, but check this out. When you walk into here, you're going to be looking up towards the ceiling. There's going to be a big viewing area from up there that we're going to make. The doors will open. We'll probably take the doors off, and we'll have like a sky sunroom up there. It'll be so cool. Yeah, this right here definitely can be closer over, and I probably should have moved this before I did any of that. Let's see if it damaged it. Looks like it crimped it right there. So hopefully I can still make a connection. If not, I'll just pull it off and cut it again. Look at that. Get that cut all the way up. It looks so good. And honestly, so the Sawzall does a really good job because it leaves a really clean cut right here. You can see anywhere that I use the plasma cutter, because it's freehand, it does not look very good. But I completely skipped my hole right there because I didn't even need it. So awesome. So awesome. And yeah, I'm watching water drip. It actually looks like it's water dripping from the inside. So because these doors are still on, they collect water on them, and when they drip through the sides, they drip in and down the container on the inside. And it looks like these drips are just dripping right. Oh, never mind. That one came in and dripped on the floor. Right there. So good thing I put some holes in the bottom down here so that it'll drain out. So cool, guys. Man, I gotta look at this from a different angle again. So you would walk in. This would be where you're standing. And I apologize. I'm on the furthest zoomed out I can get. I can see a lot better than y'all can. But if you can imagine for a moment how cool that's going to be. This is like you walk in here, you're probably going to have to step up right here because there is not really enough room. You'd have maybe 2 steps, I would guess. 1 step. Let's put the legs. You know, instead of holding you guys, I'll put you right back here. So you'd probably have steps right here leading up into the main area. So step, and then step, you're in the main area, and then there will be a staircase that'll go up here to a platform, and we got to get it onto the roof somehow. We're going to have to figure that out, but now that it's cut out and we can see the whole thing, we might actually be able to figure out a couple things. This is huge. It looks like this entire wall here can be moved this direction because there's a lot of extra on this side, and it actually looked like there's more concrete that way too. So we'll want to, as part of our mountain balancing, shift the whole thing that direction. Yeah, this is awesome. Looks like it's only touching right over there. So when I pushed that side in, it must have pushed the whole thing. I need to push from the bottom middle, looks like. So cool. So super awesome. Yeah, the rest is just cleanup. That's really all I wanted to get done for the day. So I'm going to end the live stream here. For those who didn't get to see the wall fall out, it's back further, and since I'm ending the stream, you'll have to wait a minute for it to actually get processed and published. But if you want to watch the wall fall out, it definitely does. I think that would have been around the 50-minute mark. Taking a wild guess, maybe like 53 or 54 minutes. Might have been sooner than that, but it's so cool. All right, well, you guys, I'm going to clean up, and there's little shavings all over my arms. This one doesn't hurt to do. The Sawzall doesn't really hurt to do, but I was using the skill saw for a while, which works fine. It goes through those blades, and those blades are $50 each instead of $5. So it works fine, and it goes through really quick. It just goes through the blades fast, too. But yeah, I'm going to end it there. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have yourselves a good one.